Today I'm going to go through a lesson on how to build better rocker templates for hot wire and surfboard blanks. First off, I want to get my wood probably cut somewhere around 12 millimeters thick, and I use these aluminum strips which I got cut here in Bali. These aluminum strips are exactly 1 centi, so there's a little bit of overhang on each end. The reason why I want to put these aluminum strips on top of the wooden templates, my rocker templates, are so that the hot wire doesn't get caught up on the wood. I'm sure a lot of you guys that already hot wire notice sometimes the hot wire gets snagged up in the wood, and every time it gets snagged, the wire kind of burns a line across the blank, so it's not very good, especially if you're going to use a shaping machine. It may cause problems with the suction cups sucking down on the blank on the machine. So what you want to do is try to get the blank as clean as possible. Okay, let's get started. So now I have this glue I bought in Bali. It's called Lem Rajawali. It's about the same exact thing as what we get at places like Fiberglass Hawaii. It's much like Super Tacky. I don't know if you guys remember a glue called Super Tacky. I like this stuff because it gives me ample working time to set it up, and it sticks really well. So here we go. So what I want to do is get a bottle and poke a small hole in the top of the bottle. You know, probably about enough to fit an FCS key inside, so it puts out about the right amount of glue. So what I want to do is just start at one end and make a bead all the way across the foam. Try not to talk too much like I am, or the glue will get all over the place. What you want to do is focus and try to stretch your arm as far as possible. Meanwhile, you can kind of keep an eye on where the glue line's going. So I try to carefully move forward without dripping glue all over the side of the blank because it's a sticky mess. So anyway, once I get down to the end of the blank, I actually take a little bit of glue like this and put it on my finger and kind of get the ends of the blank. And I also come back with my bead line and really flatten out the glue. It's gonna drink it a little bit. So expect that it's gonna drink a little bit of the tacky glue. And what you want to do is come back after with a nice little bead on top of it, just to make sure your aluminum template, your aluminum piece sticks on there. So I also, same with this end, I take a little bit on my finger and wrap it around the end. Okay, so after you did it one time, spread the glue, the wood's going to kind of drink up the glue. So what you want to do is come back with a little bead and run a little bead line, not too thick though, so move kind of fast so it just leaves a little bit of bead, not too much glue. Just to make it sure enough that there's enough glue for the aluminum to stick on the template. Okay, so after you've done that, I want to run my finger on it one more time. Same thing as before. Come back with it. Make sure everywhere's wetted out really good. So I'm going to let that tack up for a little bit, probably about a minute. Make sure the wood drinks it all up and make sure it's not too wet, so you know the drying time of the aluminum is faster. Any kind of drips, I just take a little napkin and kind of wipe up the side of my template. I don't want it dripping all over the place, all over the floor and everything. It's just annoying. So the reason why I started hot wiring blanks is, of course, you know, EPS is in nowadays. It's getting widely accepted here. In Bali, it wasn't like this years ago. People really never focused on the good aspects of Bali, the good aspects of, people really never focused on the good aspects of an epoxy board being stronger and more durable than a polyester board. Also, without all the new kinds of high density foams and the high density stringers, people are paying more attention to epoxy because of the flex and liveliness of the boards. In Bali, we have really good EPS foam. I don't know, it comes from Java someplace, but we've been able to find really, really small beaded foam, and it's pretty tight. It shapes really nice, and hardly any beads come out. You can kind of finish it off to a really nice velvety finish. So anyways, about a minute gone by, so I'm going to run my finger on it one more time. And I'm ready to start letting up my aluminum. So what I want to do is leave a little bit of overhang on this end and kind of just tack it down. I'm not going to tack down the ends just yet. I'm just going to work on the flat part. So what I want to do is put the aluminum right on top of it and use my finger as a guide, as well as pushing it down as hard as I can to really press that aluminum down on the template. Okay, after I've done that, I kind of got this extra piece of overhang on the end. What I want to do is wrap it around the end. So I get my scissors. It's really easy to cut. This aluminum is really much like paper. But anyways, I cut my ends, and what I want to do is fold a little corner over it, and once again I'm going to take a little bit more glue on my finger and wipe it here and let that tack up for another minute. So I'm going to do both ends at the same time. If I get glue on my fingers, I like using this alcohol, 90% alcohol, put it on a little tissue and clean my fingers. It's probably the less toxic stuff for your body. I don't try to stay away from using acetone and stuff like that, thinner. Okay, anyways, this takes it off really easy. That way it frees up my hand so I can do more work here. So now that it's stacked up for about a minute, what I want to do is take a little chopstick kind of thing. This is bamboo. They use these for making satay here in Bali, and they make really good stir sticks for when you mix your resin as well. So anyways, I take my stick and start on one end, and I really press down hard. And I'm really sticking that aluminum down to the foam so it doesn't come off. And at the same time, I check and make sure if it's riding to the left or to the right. I can adjust it one last time before it's finally tacked down. Oops. So it takes a while for the ends to stick down, so you got to be patient. So what I want to do is go over it a couple times and make sure it's down. Kind of got to keep working the creases out of it. Okay, so after I've got it down really good, I'll come down and agitate the edges a little bit, because this is the hardest part to stick down actually. I think it's because of the bend in the corner. So what I want to do is tack it with my finger a few times and then finally stick it down. Okay, so this template's done. I've already done the top before I shot this video. And you see how I wrap the top, the corner, and then I wrap each other around itself like this. So anyways, after I do the second template, I'm ready to start hot wiring. You're going to see how clean your blanks will come out when you hot wire this way. They almost look like they came out of a machine, provided you're paying close attention when you're wiring and not talking. It's good to have two people holding the bow. Anyways, we'll get back to that later on the next video. Have a good one. Aloha. I hope you learned something. Peace out.